Thank you for that fascinating insight into the work being done on traditional medicine. Our second speaker is Father Ouwakpare Victorin Oussoi. He is a priest belonging to the Society of the Divine Word, popularly known as the Divine Word Missionaries. He speaks several languages fluently, including French and English and German, in addition to his native Itamari, Wama, and Deni. He studied philosophy at the Grand Seminaire Inter-Diocese Jean-Paul II in Lome, Togo. He completed formation in spirituality and religious life under the auspices of SVD in Ghana. He then went to the United States to study. There he graduated with 2 degrees and a certificate, namely a Master of Arts in Theology and Intercultural Studies and Ministry as a major and Systematic Theology as a minor. He holds a Master of Divinity degree and a diploma in global mission from the Catholic Theological Union in Chicago, Illinois, which is down the street from where I went to college actually. In 2019, he began his mission assignment to Germany, serving as assistant parish priest at in another language, Apostolic Martyr von Platz in Dresden. Sorry, I don't speak German. Currently, he is a doctoral student at the National Taiwan Normal University in Taipei, Taiwan. So without further ado, then I will load up your PowerPoint.
This is what we are talking about, science. When you are in the airplane, and the plane has to land, they say sit tight and hold on. No more bathroom visitation or restrooms where to rest, but sit. Or there are turbulences coming soon, so sit and stay put. With these words, I want to say that my presentation is on spiritism, spiritualism and spirituality, as we talk about Pan-Africanism. In Pan-Africanism, there's nothing to talk about unless we are talking about powers. There's nothing to talk about unless we are really who we are, holistic human being. You know, but knowledge doesn't take you anywhere. We have been knowing, and we have been conquered. We have been knowing, and yet our democracy is still not democracy. We have been knowing, and our knowledge helps others to develop, because spiritism, spiritualism, and spirituality has been forgotten. I have been to many places and I've seen the diaspora. When they leave Africa, they go like here in Taiwan. Money catches their eyes. And then they feed their minds with running one job after the other. And they forget that they are not yet holistic. After when things go wrong, then the question is it village people? village people. But we say rationalizing can seize the mind, can become a way of life, and so render other forms of perception doubtful. Therefore, many of us, when we hear spiritism, we doubt. Spiritualism, we doubt. Spirituality, we doubt. It doesn't generate any knowledge. There's no need to study it. There's no need. What we need is technology. Thank you. This is a great man, the founder of Spiritism. He is the one who coined the word Spiritism. And that was done in 1857. In that 1857, imagine where your country was at that moment. Was it a country or kingdoms set apart? Think about it. For him, Spiritism, he set the tone as a good European Western mind trained. If nothing goes through a rigorous scientific testing and putting, it is to be questioned. Therefore, science of philosophy and religious aspects are surely tangible way of knowing what Spiritism is all about. Now, Spiritism does not catch the eyes of the Africans, but it catches the eyes of Brazilians and Afro-Latin communities. And it goes even, some are in the Caribbean, and some are swimming in New Orleans in the US, and are enjoying its Spiritism because it's working for them. What is working for you? As I ask this question, you now know that I am not here to talk about academic things, but to pull you out of darkness and show you the light, and the light will make you blind. Then the next concept is what? Spiritualism. Spiritualism. What is it all about? It's about ancestors, veneration, and all about prophecies and healing, and then wealth and power, which Africans have tried to now harness, and it has become a problem to many nations in Africa. Everybody is now a prophet. Somebody will wake up in the morning and declare himself that in the dream he has met God, and God has made him not only prophet, but God himself. And when you say, can I crucify him as Jesus? He says, no. Wait, when I have enough money and die, then you come and crucify my body. Again, these concepts, coined in 1848, you see the connection then in terms of a year. The Europeans have embraced this concept, but in those days, but Christianity came right away and destroyed it. And they said, no, my people, only Christ can save you. And therefore, today, Europeans do not know what is all about spiritualism. As a result, many of them will write a such statement. An anthropology of most of humanity, virtually anything and almost everything may be a non-human person. Everything seems to have a soul spirit. In that way, we lose everything in Africa. We lose everything in Africa because I can say that it has a soul. The paper has a soul. My shoes have a soul. It has a soul. And in that way, they are saying that you people, you don't know what you are talking about. And since they were the one writing, we have nothing to say. And now those of us who are claiming to be scholars of spirituality and religion in anthropological perspectives, we are caught in the same theories. Hence, everything is juju, village people. Everything does not make sense. When I call Mike, he will tell you that herbal medicine has been struggling because of that. And I'm talking about it because I was once a traditional healer back home, still a little boy, running with my shorts as a village boy. And so when I hear village people, sometimes I felt insulted because I'm a village people too. If you look at it, the question is that I want to ask. The question is not for you to answer me, but rhetorically speaking. Do you really believe that you die and yet you do not die? Do you believe that death is not really something that takes you away from this world, but it keeps you in this world? If you don't believe, no problem. I will ask you to go and ask Frederick Mayers. And when you ask him, he will talk to you. Because he was also doubtful that Africans' theories of ancestors and this and that, they are meddling in the affairs of everydayness. It's not true. They are running away from their responsibilities. And so he started asking, going around the world, trying to ask the mediums whether they really, and at the end, he didn't get it. He said, if I die, I will go and see. If there is, then I will come and let you know. And he did. That's what happened. He died, and he started appearing to these mediums and telling them pieces of information. He will give 2 words to this person and say, the next words are with this person. After gathering all this information, it was a whole poem that he wrote, which was his way of writing, uncontested. That wasn't enough. He chose a wonderful lady, that is Geraldine Cummings, and she wrote books he was dictating her, many people were present. And these books, even in court, was acknowledged by the court that it is the ghost who wrote it. But the ghost cannot take the authorship. And therefore they gave the authorship to Geraldine. And the famous one is La route de l'immortalité. La route de l'immortalité. The road of immortality. Now, I hope you are now seeing where your soul is. I hope you are now seeing where your spirit is. And that what you are carrying is far beyond the body that you are having. What you are carrying and walking around is invisible. But we focus so much on things we see, we touch, we hear, we feel, we smell. Reducing knowledge to that is a mortal sin, a criminality in the Pan-Africanism identity. And that's why we have been crippled. Unless we heal our crippledness, we can't stand. And if you cannot stand, you can't walk. If you can't walk, therefore forget about running. The last piece, spirituality. Spirituality, that is exactly African's traditions. It encompasses the spiritualism, and the wellness of the person. Africans, when back home we are talking about a human being, we are not looking at the corpse. We are looking at a human being, the body, the spirit, and the soul in 3 dimensions. Just like he was talking about 9 and 7. You think it's by chance or it's probabilities? If it's probabilities, go and calculate and come and tell us what are the numbers, and we will tell you spiritually speaking. And so when we are able to claim back the spirituality, it's not about Ubuntu, because personally I don't believe in Ubuntu. I believe in community. Because we have preached so much that I am because we are, but in reality, I am because I am. There's no we are. And why are we not able to translate we are? Because of lack of this. And I don't want to talk about a president that you may know, John Rawlings from Ghana. And the day he was to tell us that you people, if you will go back to the traditions and make a president and all those who are holding the offices, raise their hands on it and say that if I mismanage, let them not flash me out. They won't do. But you bring the Bible or the Quran, they are the first to raise and say, and lies are coming out. And they go free and healthy. And they chop your money. And he says that when you do, you know the next response is automatic. Ancestors, they are sleeping. If you wake them up, they wake up and ask you, what's up, man? It's not the WhatsApp on your phone. And so, spirituality in this case is what? It is when you acknowledge that you are becoming an ancestor. Living means becoming an ancestor on the way or in the process. Now you are crooked. I'm telling you, you become a crooked ancestor. And then when you meet the good ones down there, when they slap you, you don't come out and tell us how you are crooked. Then when you move that one, you now be able to talk about communal rituals. Spirituality, there's no one-man show. So, it's community business that we are translating communal rituals. And there are many of us, including me as I speak, who have not been initiated, who have not gone through rituals because our parents did it useless. As a result, how can we translate we are? How? Question mark. That will now take you to understanding the nature, because for us, for example, with the Beta Marbe in northern Benin and Togo, a little part of Burkina Faso, you will see that there is an initiation. They take teenagers and leave them in the forest for them to survive. But they have to be together. And they will tell you, if you leave alone, you leave the group, you die. Then they learn to know what it means, communal rituals. And when they come out from there, we are is automatically translated in their lives. And then they also respect what it means to be with nature, because they have to lean on the nature to survive. And if you do, then you are becoming a Pan-African spiritual person. Other than that, I am because I am. We are falls short. This is the end. No separation between self and the divine, self and the other. It is a total Pan-African spiritual identity. When you focus on all these, you have a shared vision. Please. In conclusion, we see, as I said, that spirituality encompasses all of them, but when you focus on spiritism alone, you have problem with traditions. If you focus only on spiritualism, you have problem with seeking personal comfort. And then the meism is being celebrated. Me alone is me. The other is a means for me to be me. So as a result, I have come to the conclusion the airplane has landed. Be safe.